Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't remember, okay, that was really cheesy. If you don't remember who I am your geometry teacher, Ms. Zhang, okay? So starting from today, for those who are new to my channel, usually I post a video on how to do the problems, the lessons, and I will also attach the actual paper on Google Classroom. Now you don't have to print it out, okay? If you don't have a printer at home, you can just copy it. I know usually you guys have the easy way out at school. I give you all the papers, so now you get to experience the struggle of copying down notes, okay? Usually there is a Delta Math assignment attached, but if you do not see a Delta Math assignment, that means that you need to do the actual paper yourself, okay? Some students are still troubling asking me, Ms. A, how do I attach the work? You just have to take a picture of your actual paper, your notes, whether you printed out the paper or you handwritten it, whatever, I don't really care. You take a picture, you show me all the work, and you attach it when you submit your assignments on Google Classroom. Now, some students are still only doing the daily questions. Again, I have said it before. If you're only answering one question, daily questions, that doesn't go on pupil path. So you cannot get credits. You cannot pass the class just by answering if you're feeling lucky or not. Okay. Now, some of you know that I was struggling. I was unhappy for a little bit. You know, now if you don't want to hear me talk, you could just skip it, okay? Fast forward. But all your answers for the daily questions are not only for each other, for you guys to read, but also for other people, for me, for example, that there's still happiness out there, and even though you're struggling or you're going through a hard time right now, it doesn't last for a long time. Okay, you always have to find happiness in life, no matter where you are or what you're doing. Okay, so that's all I want to say, and let's get right into it today. Alright, so this is the worksheet that we're going to look at today, which is Unit 8, Lesson 4, okay? So again, in the background, I have the music that you guys like, so hopefully you guys could enjoy this for a long term, okay? I know that some people are having difficulties of logging in at a specific time. That's why I filmed the videos in advance, so you could watch it whenever you want, how many times you want, okay? So if you don't understand something, remember to pause and go back if you want to look at it again, okay? So today's aim, how can we find the missing angles when the vertex is inside or outside of the circle? So now, let's look at when the angle and the things we're looking for is inside the circle. So quickly, let's grab a ruler and give me 2 chords inside a circle. Okay, so I'm going to draw two lines right here. Okay, so I'm going to name A, B, C, D. Now, the vertex is inside of the circle. Now, some people are saying that Ms. Zhang is, so I'm going to name this E, okay? So some people are asking me, Ms. Zhang, so is this angle a inscribed angle or a central angle? Now, central angle is when the vertex is at the center. As you can see over here that the vertex is not really at the center, so it's not a central angle. So you cannot use what we learned before yesterday to figure out the angle measurement. This is not a inscribed angle because it's not on the circle, okay? So now, what if I'm asking you to find out what is angle AEB, or in this case, I'm going to call it X. Now, X is representing by a angle measurement, okay? So it's degree, in degree form. Now, how can we find out what the angle is? Now, let's extend my 2 lines a little bit, okay? So I'm just going to draw the dashed line on the outside. Like this, okay? Now, angle measurement X, angle AEB. You see how these two lines intersected at E, and it has something to do with the two arc AB and arc CD. Because I'm looking for this angle, not this angle, I cannot use arc AC or BD this way. All right, so since I'm looking for this angle, you see how it's facing arc AB and arc CD intersecting? So now, in order for me to find out angle X is going to be equal to the measurement of arc AB plus arc CD divided by 2. Okay, so now what I like to remember as angle, so this is FYI, okay? So for your information, if you like this method, it's the angle measurement is equal to big arc plus small arc divided by 2. The angle measurement is equal to these two arcs added together and divided by 2. Okay, so that's the formula that we're going to use when the angle we're looking for is inside of the circle. Okay, so let's quickly do a practice question. You're going to do exercise 2 by yourself. You know what? You're gonna do exercise 1 by yourself because I feel like it's a little bit easier. Okay, so let's just dive right into a harder question. Now let's read the question together. In the diagram below, circle O, right? This is the center. E is the vertex. You see how they're not the same? Chord AB and chord CD intersecting at E. If AC is 72 degrees, so I'm going to quickly highlight it for us, okay? So AC, arc AC is 72 degrees. Angle AEC, so this angle right here is 58. I am looking for the degree of arc. You see how this little curve on the top, it means arc, okay? Arc DB. So question mark, we're looking at this one, this arc. So quickly I'm going to extend the two chords. Okay, so from the formulas that we learned about 2 minutes ago, we know that the angle measurement is equal to the big arc plus the small arc divided by 2. Now, because after I extend these two chords, I'm looking at arc AC and arc BD. You see how I'm not looking for these two arcs, so I'm not going to use those two. This angle, these two vertex angle, remember vertex angle from unit 1, because it's facing these two arcs, so we're only going to be using these two arcs. Okay, so the angle measurement is given, which is 58 degrees. It's equal to the big arc plus the small arc, since I only know one arc, right? So it's 72 plus, I'm going to assume that this is the small arc. I'm going to call it X. Divided by 2 is equal to 58. Now, cross multiply. So 58 times 2 is going to be equal to 116. It's equal to 72 plus X minus 72. I'm going to shift up a little bit. 116 minus 72 is equal to 44, is equal to X. X is represented by arc DB. So that means that arc DB is equal to 44 degrees. Okay, so angle measurement, the angle we're looking for inside a circle, right, is equal to the big arc plus the small arc divided by 2. So if you want extra practice for today, you're going to have to do the entire paper. I'm going to get into it later, okay? You're going to have to do the whole paper yourself. So now let's look at another scenario. First scenario is when the vertex is inside the circle. The angle measurement is inside the circle, right? But now, what if the vertex is outside of the circle? So let me draw a diagram for us. Okay, so I'm going to call this A, B, C, D, E. Now, second scenario is asking us if the angle measurement, in this case, it's E right here, okay? So if the angle is outside of the circle, what are we going to do? Same deal, right? Let me extend the lines a little bit. Again, in order for us to find the angle measurement, we have to deal with the arcs. What are the two arcs that's facing or has to do with angle E? First of all, angle E is outside, so it's going this direction. Now, arc CD and arc AB has to do with angle E. You see how arc AC has nothing, it's not intersecting with angle E, so that means I'm not going to use arc AC on the top, okay? So now, in order for me to find angle E, so I'm going to call this X, okay? In order for me to find the angle measurement, it's equal to arc AB minus arc CD. Whoop. Divided by 2. Okay, so now in another word, FYI, right, for your information, angle measurement, angle is equal to, if the angle is outside of the circle, we're going to use the big arc minus the small arc divided by 2. Big arc, small arc, divided by 2. Okay, so let's look at one question together. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do both questions. So let me try exercise 3 with you guys first. Now, exercise 3 stated that tangent PA. Now, if you are unfamiliar with the vocabulary, remember to go to my last video, which is 8.3, okay? So it's all posted on my channel. Go watch 8.3. There are vocabularies or 8.2 that you could review. Now, tangent PA. Secant PBC. PBC is drawn to circle O. If arc ADC. So let's look at how they're naming it. It says arc ADC. So again, I'm going to use my orange marker. Okay, that's the only one I have right now. Arc ADC. So starting from ADC. So this is my arc ADC. Is twice of arc AB. So AB is this one right here. Okay? And angle P is 50 degrees. What is arc AB? Now, I'm trying to find the small arc. When the angle is outside, okay, so I'm gonna shift down a little bit. When the angle is outside, I know I need to use the big arc to subtract the small arc. Small arc is AB in this case. Small arc, since I don't know what small arc is, right? There's no specific number. I'm going to name it X. Arc ADC. ADC is twice of AB. So since AB is X, then that means ADC is 2X. Now, if you like to extend the lines, you could. Okay? So the big arc is this one right here. Arc ADC. Small arc is AB. So that means angle P is going to be equal to big arc, arc ADC, subtract small arc, which is arc AB, divided by 2. So that means, okay, that looks like D. angle P is 50 degrees. Is equal to arc ADC, 2x, minus AB, which is x, divided by 2. Okay, so I put a 1 on the bottom. Now let's cross multiply. So 2 times 50 is 100. 2x minus x is just equal to x, right? So x is equal to 50. What are we looking for? Arc AB. I named arc AB as x, so that means arc AB is going to be equal to 100 degrees, okay? Let's look at the second problem. Again, if you're a little confused, remember to pause and watch it again, okay? I have tangent DA, secant TBC, such that arc AC is equal to arc BC. So let me draw using my color ink. Is this arc AC right here is equal to arc BC. So BC. So these two arcs are equal to each other. Arc BC is equal to 152 degrees. Okay? I need to determine what is angle D, question mark. Now, let's go back to the problem. It says arc AC is congruent to arc BC. If arc BC is 152 degrees, then arc AC must be also 152 degrees. Okay, so now let's extend the lines of our chords and see what are the two arcs that I need to use. So I'm going to extend the lines right here and right here. So this angle, angle D, is intersecting this arc and this arc. I already know the big arc is 152 degrees, but how am I supposed to find arc AB? Because it's not given to us. Angle D is not given to us. I have two unknowns. I could figure out AB. Arc AB is a part of the circle. A whole circle is measured as 360 degrees. If one segment, one piece, one arc, and the other arc are both 152 degrees, I only have AB left. So shouldn't be 360 minus 152 and minus 152 again to get my arc AB. If I do the math, it's going to be 56 degrees. Okay, so that means arc AB is going to be 56 degrees. Now I could use my formula and substitute. So that means angle D is going to be equal to arc AC minus arc AB divided by 2. So that means angle D is equal to 152 minus 56 divided by 2. If you do the math, you're going to find out that angle D is going to be equal to 48 degrees. Okay, so that's the end of today's lesson. Now for today's homework, you'll have to do the paper yourself. Remember to copy down the question, copy down the diagram, the circle, draw. You don't sketch, okay? I don't need an actual very precise circle, but I have to understand what you're writing. So front and back, okay? So I'll see you guys in the next video.